Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang di video pembelajaran mengenai Analytical Exposition Text. Bersama saya, Eko Setiorini. Berikut kompetensi dasar dan indikator pencapaian kompetensi. Dan tujuan pembelajarannya adalah sebagai berikut. Mind mapping untuk analytical exposition adalah analytical exposition text. Do you know the social function of the analytical exposition text? The generic structures are here. And then the language features are. Please pay attention for the example. The first paragraph is called as a thesis, and the second and the third paragraph are called the argument, and the last paragraph is called reiteration. And now, please try to answer the question below. Before we are going to study, let's pray together. The pray begin. Finish. Okay, please don't forget to fill in the attendance links on the Psikologi as usual ya. Have you opened the material that I have sent you from Psikologi? Udah dibuka belum materi yang saya kirimkan lewat Psikologi?
Belum Bu.
Oke. Nanti kita ulangi lagi di sini ya. Sebenarnya Bu Rini mengirimkan materi mengenai analytical exposition. Okay. Have you known about analytical exposition? Sudah tahu belum?
Baru dengar
analytical? Oh, baru dengar.
Baru dengar Bu. Yeah.
Okay. Let me try this one. Have you seen the screen about the analytical exposition?
Yes.
Lihat.
Yes.
We are going to study about the analytical exposition, and we will study the first about the definition, the social function, the language features, and the generic structure. Let's study one by one. The definition, it is the text that elaborates the writer's idea about the phenomenon. Jadi teks ini menceritakan tentang apa sih yang penulis rasakan tentang kejadian yang ada di sekitarnya dia. Nanti di sana dia akan menuliskan beberapa pendapatnya dia, kemudian nanti akan ada kesimpulannya. Fungsinya, the social function, fungsinya untuk apa sih? To persuade the reader that the idea is an important matter and to analyze the topic that the thesis is correct by developing an argument to support it. Jadi fungsinya ini adalah untuk membujuk atau mengajak para pembaca supaya mengikuti apa sih maunya dia dengan pendapatnya dia. And then the language features, using the relational process, using the internal conjunction, using clausal conjunction, also, of course, using simple present tense, using compound and complex sentence, using the word that link the argument. For the summarizer, usually give it in a short, in a word, or in a brief. And when the concluding sentences using the in conclusion, on the whole, altogether, and in all. And then next, what is the generic structure? Kalau tadi kita sudah baca susunan bahasanya seperti apa, ini kenapa sih Bu Rini taruh di paling akhir sendiri? Sebenarnya kalau kalian sudah membaca teksnya, nanti akan bertanya, oh itu tadi tentang apa sih? Seperti itu. Tapi karena mungkin kalian belum sempat membaca, nah ini generic structure-nya mengenai apa saja. The first is about the thesis. Thesis introducing the topic that indicating the writer's point of view. Topik apa sih yang dibahas dari penulis itu dituliskan di dalam paragraf pertama. Jadi dia membahas hal-hal yang krusial dulu, kemudian dituangkan ke dalam paragraf pertama. And then the argument, explaining the argument to support the writer's position. Argumen apa saja dari si penulis itu yang menguatkan saya memilih ini loh, kemudian alasan saya memakai topik ini tuh apa aja sih di situ. Dan yang terakhir adalah reiteration, restating the writer's point of view to strengthen the thesis. Reiteration ini adalah pengulangan kembali atau penguatan kembali di mana penulis itu cenderung memilih topik. Why do I?
Number one is about
The importance of English.
introduce. Ya.
Hampir sama, introduce isunya hampir sama, tetapi ketika ada di analytical exposition, it is called as the thesis. Oh, thesis.
Yes, thesis.
Ya.
Lupa, Bu.
Di bagian teks-teks yang lain mungkin sama, tetapi untuk analytical exposition ini, it is called as a thesis. Kemudian yang lainnya ada yang bisa menjawab?
Betul.
Number two. Where
Paragraph
did you find the writer's opinion?
Paragraph 2 and 3 kayaknya.
Really?
Paragraph
2 to 4.
2, 3, and 4. Yes.
Yes.
It is based on this one. The firstly, correct? And the secondly, and the thirdly. Itu kan dari firstly-nya, secondly, and the thirdly. Berarti itu ada opinionnya. And then, what is written in paragraph 2 and 4? Still remember?
2 to 4 or 2 and 4, ma'am?
2 to 4. What is written?
Writer's opinion.
Yeah, writer's
Writer
opinion or the
opinion.
writer's argument.
Arguments.
Okay, and then on the number 4, what is the content of the last paragraph?
Conclusion.
Reiteration.
And it is called as a
Reiteration.
ya.
Reiteration.
Conclusion yang di sini di analytical exposition disebut sebagai reiteration. Okay.
Yes.
All of you have a good job. And then for your next assignment, for the next meeting, I will ask you to find out the new analytical exposition text and then try to analyze as I give you the example before. Jadi tugas berikutnya kalian mencari satu teks analisis boleh lewat internet atau mau gunting dari koran boleh ya. Kemudian dianalisis seperti yang kita kerjakan ini. Kurang lebih nanti dicari mana sih tesisnya, kemudian bagian mana sih argumennya, dan reiterasinya itu di bagian mana. Ada pertanyaan?
No, thanks.
No,
Before I close the lesson today, so we conclude that we already study about the analytical
Analytical exposition.
And then what is the generic structure? Do you remember?
Basis.
Basis, argument, then reiteration.
Repetition.
And then what is about the social function?
To
It is
persuade.
to persuade the reader that the idea is an important matter and to analyze the topic that the thesis or opinion is correct by developing an argument to support it.
Okay, thank you for your attention. Before we close, please say Hamdalah together. See you next meeting. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you are welcome.
Terima kasih. Semoga bermanfaat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.